Hi, it's Lucy, and today I'm here to do a video on my 2020 bookish goals. Today I thought I'd chat with you guys about the goals that I have regarding books in 2020. Most of these goals are recycled from last year, and if you want to see how I did with last year's bookish goals, then I will be doing a video where I go over that and also give you guys some stats on my reading. It's one of my favorite videos to do just because I love stats. So keep an eye out for that. It will also be part of the 12 Days of Lucy Reads, which brings me to the next topic. I'm doing the 12 Days of Lucy Reads, which is where I put out a video every day for the last 12 days of December. This is one of them. There will be a playlist with the other videos linked down below. So let's hop into the content. So the first bookish goal is the Goodreads goal. This year, I'm setting it the same as last year. I will be trying to read 100 books. Right now, as of recording this, it is December 14th, and I have not yet hit that, but I'm very confident that I will hit it. I think I have like 5 books left, and I'm currently in the middle of 3 books, so I'm pretty confident I can get 2 more books read after I finish those 3 books. So yeah, but for next year, I will once again be trying to read 100 books for the majority of the year. I've actually been ahead on my goal, but my reading has slowed down a lot in the past like 3 or 4 months. So I'm going to leave room for that, I guess, and keep the goal the same. Yeah, this will be the first year I hit 100 books since I was in high school, which was 8 years ago. Yes, I am that old. My second goal is another goal that I'm not actually sure how I will have done by the end of the year or by the time that video is up. And that goal is to read majority own voices novels. So that means by the end of the year, I want the spreadsheet that I keep to say that I have read 51% own voices books. This is another goal from last year. I would like to read 12 books by LGBTQ plus authors. I've changed it a little bit. Last year it was with LGBTQ plus main characters or authors, but this year I want to read only own voices LGBTQ plus books. So yeah, so change it a little bit. I do like to quantify goals like this just because it gives me a number to hit. I think I do better when I have a specific number of things. If I just say reading more, then I don't think it will happen for me. And the last, general book thing is to read the books on my 2020 TBR. That video is already up if you want to see the books that are on my 2020 TBR, but I would like to read all 12 of those. The next few goals all have to do with my book buying and book acquiring habits. This next goal is once again borrowed from last year, but I'm changing it a little bit. I want to have a 4-book limit between NetGalley and Edelweiss. If you don't know, those are 2 websites where you can request digital ARCs from publishers directly. And yeah, I really like those websites. I use NetGalley a lot. I use Edelweiss less, but I kind of want to use it more, which is why I'm adding it into this. And a terrible habit that I and probably a lot of booktubers have is requesting a bunch of books and then not thinking you'll get them, but then you do get them, and then you suddenly have 12 more books added on your TBR, and they all need to be reviewed. And yeah, I haven't been quite so bad, but I want to just keep that in mind so that I can get more books off of my actual physical TBR of books that have already been released. Once I get my physical TBR more under control, I think I will be more lax with my NetGalley books, but until then, I want to have a limit so that I will still read books off my shelf. Also, to go with that, last year I did not have NetGalley books count towards my book buying budget, which I do have, and I will explain in a couple seconds. This year, NetGalley books will count. So for my book buying budget, I have a rule where basically I have to read 3 books off of my physical TBR before I can buy one, and I have to read 3 books off of my digital TBR before I can read one. So this year, or not read, before I can buy one. So this year will be a little different in that I did not count physical or NetGalley ARCs into my book buying budget. But the thing with my book buying budget is it is not about how much I'm spending on books. I'm pretty comfortable with the amount of money I spend on books. I feel like I could spend more on books, which comes into another goal. And so it is not about that at all. It is specifically about how many books I have that are unread. NetGalley ARCs and physical ARCs should count for that. And so I'm going to have them count. I'm going to have them count a little less because they are unpublished and I do want to read new releases, and getting ARCs is the best way to do that and the best way to share with you guys, but I do want to limit myself. NetGalley books and physical books will count for half as much as published books in my book buying budget, which kind of makes things a little more complex, but it's fine. So like I said, before I have to read 3 books to acquire 1 book, I will have to read 1.5 books to acquire 1 NetGalley or physical ARC. And once I read that ARC, I will get half a point. I use credits to like keep the system in check. So yeah, I have to use 1.5 credits to get an advanced reader copy, and I will gain half a credit when I read it. With my book buying budget, books that I've already read don't count, so I can feel free to buy copies of books that I have already read and I just want to own. Because once again, it's about having unread books on my shelf, not about the money I'm spending. And books that I acquire in 2020 also work a little differently. They still cost 1 credit to acquire, but I gain 2 credits if I read them, because I also want to encourage myself to buy books and then read them once I bought them, like not let them sit and languish on my shelf. So that has really been a good system for me. Most of the books that I bought last year, I read last year. And my last goal for book acquiring is that I want 75% of the books that I buy to not be from Amazon. Once again, I'll go into a little more detail in my bookish stats video, but almost all of the books that I got last year were bought from Amazon, and Amazon does own me. Right now, there are so many boxes in my house and they are all from Amazon, but I would like none of those boxes to contain books, or at least less of them to contain books. I want to support independent bookstores that aren't Amazon, because Amazon is killing the book business, and I'm in a place with my money that I can afford to pay more money for books. Before filming this, or like when I was planning this video, I was like, probably the majority of my books are probably going to be bought from Barnes & Noble now, but which is still not an independent bookseller, but it's better than Amazon. And I was trying to look for an indie bookstore in Atlanta where I live that would ship directly to my house, because that's the issue that I have. I do not live in a convenient location to get to bookstores, for me at least, where if I bought from an indie bookstore, it would end up costing me double to get to the bookstore and then bring home the book. So it's a fun trip, like once in a while, but I can't do that every time I want a book. But if you do know of any Atlanta bookstores that will ship books to my house, let me know in the comments. For now, I will use Barnes & Noble, and if I do go to a bookstore, I will buy books there. And the last 3 goals I have to do with my BookTube channel. The first goal is that I want to do a live show. Again, by the time you see this, I will have done my first ever live show. I have no idea how it will have gone, but hopefully that'll give me a boost to maybe do a live show again next year. We'll see. And I want to take part in a book club. I did not take part in a book club this year. I just never made it happen. I wanted to be in a live show for a book club, but that didn't happen. So hopefully next year I can make it happen. I didn't really put in the effort this year. My next BookTube goal is, again, recycled from last year and I didn't make it. I want to host a readathon. I didn't come up with any ideas for a readathon, which is once again my fault. Nobody that I knew was hosting a readathon or asked me to be a host of the readathon. But if you're planning a readathon in 2020 and want an additional host, let me know. Yeah. And my last BookTube goal is I want to have 6 videos a month on this channel at least. It can be more, ideally it would be 8, but 8 is really hard for me. So 6 seems like a good number, and yeah. And the last goal that's not BookTube, but is YouTube related, I think I'm gonna start another channel. I want to start a lifestyle channel, so it has nothing to do with books, but it's gonna be so casual, like maybe 1 video a month, because BookTube is my focus. I love BookTube, and the extra channel will just be for me to like dump other video ideas I have that don't really fit with BookTube. That's all that is. So I want to get that started in 2020. Yeah, so those are all my 2020 bookish goals and resolutions. I have some other lifestyle, like not real, but like regular life goals, I guess. But I never share those on this channel. I might share it on my new lifestyle channel. It depends. I'll let you guys know when that happens. It won't be like the earliest it'll happen will be January. I'll announce it, but we'll see. And so, because this is the 12 Days of Lucie Reads, I'm doing a shout out every day for another BookTube channel. And today's shout out is Seiji from The Artisan Geek. She's so funny and so smart. I really enjoy her channel, and I encourage you to check out her videos and see if you enjoy them and subscribe to her channel. I want to grow up to be Seiji, even though she's younger than me. That's how much I enjoy her channel. Also, to go with the 12 Days of Lucie Reads, every few days I'm doing a giveaway with the arcs that I have acquired over the past couple years that I just haven't gotten rid of yet. And this is a US only giveaway. So all the giveaways will end on January 6th. Even though some of them will have started like later than others, they just all end that day because it makes it easier on my life. They probably will not be shipped out until the end of January just because life and busyness, but they will get shipped out. And so the books you are eligible to win in this video are The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Tartan and Magic for Liars by Sarah Gailey. I've read both of these and actually enjoyed both of these. These are once again ARCs. So to enter this giveaway, all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel, leave a comment down below with either your Twitter or Instagram handle, and let me know what one of your bookish goals is for next year, whichever word goes there. So yeah, those instructions will be in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Comment down below what you think of my goals, anything you feel like, enter the giveaway, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.